Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. As is becoming quite the norm right now, I'm not alone, I'm with Sarah because all of the best videos are with Sarah.
Thank you.
And today's video, I can't even take credit for really. I'm just here along for the ride like you guys because the idea came from Sarah herself. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone what we're going to be doing.
Thank you. So I saw this video idea on Jack Edwards' channel, Books and Lala's done it, Hayley in Bookland, loads of people have done it. And I thought this would be really fun to do. So I've taken, what should I say what the video? I'll say what the video is. We're deciding which book covers are best between the UK and the US. Obviously we're both from the UK.
Yeah,
so
famously so.
There might be some bias there.
Yeah.
But we will be judging it fairly, obviously. I've created the PowerPoint. Kira has no idea what books are going to be on here. So this is quite exciting. I've done a mix.
I'm very excited. First of all, when Sarah told me this idea in general, I thought that would actually be really fun because book covers are, despite what anyone might say about not judging a book by its cover, that is the first thing that kind of pulls you in when you're book shopping. So book covers are important without a shadow of a doubt. And I think it's really fun to see the differences between like the different places and like what stylistic design choices are made by different graphic designers across the pond in America versus here in the UK. But like Sarah said, I actually have no idea of any of the books that are on this list. It's a complete surprise to me. She has created a beautiful PowerPoint which we're about to experience. So without further ado, let's find out who's better in terms of book design, not anything else. I'm not making any political comments here. But who's got the better book designs, UK versus USA? Dun dun dun.
First one. No. There we go.
Okay, so we're looking at The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Do you know what? First of all, the UK one, it does have a sticker on it.
Don't. It upsets me because that's on mine and I hate it.
I wonder
with a
what's
passion.
on mine. No, see, mine is just the straight design. So if
I also hate that.
Yeah, do you know, that actually upsets me on a great level because
my
like,
normal people cover
why
like
would
that.
it? Like why does it? Why would it? I don't understand where it's got like a slightly cut off bit. Completely pointless. I also don't like the feel.
No, this is what my original copies of Taylor Jenkins Reid books, like After I Do and Maybe in Another Life, feel like this.
Like, why are they so rough?
My copy doesn't feel like that, but I do have
Like
the
sandpaper.
sticker.
Personally, despite the sticker for Daisy Jones and the Six, which does kind of ruin the design slightly, I think I'm going to be leaning towards UK for this one because I think the full dress kind of adds an air of like elegance and like mystery and almost feels like a red carpet kind of vibe, whereas the other one on the American design feels a lot more like sultry and suggestive.
Now you see, I'm going to go with US
Ooh.
based on that fact because I feel like it gives a lot more about Evelyn Hugo and what she goes through, like especially with her like first husbands and everything, because I think the novel does have quite a lot of questions around sexuality.
It's true.
And like a woman's body, so I'd actually go for US.
Oh god, I hadn't even considered when we started this video that there would be a difference between you and I. I was just thinking UK versus USA.
I thought this one might be.
And now it's UK versus USA versus Kira versus Sarah. So this is a lot going on. But yeah, I'm voting UK. Sarah
voting
is
US.
voting USA. Okay, there we go. Number one, done. Ooh.
I already know what I'm going for.
Do you know what? I already know what I'm going for.
Are you going to surprise me?
I'm going USA.
Oh, no. I hate this cover. I hate it so much. I feel like it's trying to be so stereotypically Old English with the scroll and the feather quill.
The feather quill is what's done it for me. I think it's so fun.
I mean, it's not an ugly cover. Right, okay, so I hate faces on covers unless they're illustrated.
Which this is.
I mean in a, I don't know how to describe.
Like a cartoon. Like
Not like
the
a
road
cartoon,
trip.
but like
If that was faces.
yeah, like maybe like that, or we might get to it, I think. But like where it almost looks real.
Yeah.
I
don't like that.
despise it. Like almost like that off photos.
See, There are elements of each that I like. I don't mind the like portrait style background. I like the feather. I think that's fun. I agree with you. The scroll and Old Englishy writing, not so great. I prefer the way Hamnet and Maggie O'Farrell is written on the UK cover.
I just realised something. On the Hamnet bit,
Yeah.
on the USA one, the N is italicised. So obviously it's Hamlet, which people know of.
Yeah.
And so it's trying to do something there, I think, with Shakespeare. But no, I hate this cover so much.
So
Can't even look at it.
do you know?
I have to say, the UK one, they've issued, so obviously the blue is the hardback, as is the paperback. They have reissued the paperback in red. So instead of blue background, it's red, and it looks beautiful.
I do agree it looks beautiful, but also I feel like it's also a bit dull, like just a H.
Yeah, I do. I get that. I just love the gold.
The gold is pretty.
I mean, it's not my favourite cover in the world, but I can't get over the freaking scroll. Just,
Well, I'm going to stick with my guns as my original thought. I'm going USA.
I'm going UK now.
Oh my god. Are we even going to be
Will
friends?
we ever agree on anything?
Ooh. Again, straight away, I think USA.
Interesting. Again, I'm thinking UK just because I hate faces. I also hate this book. So
I remember we talked about this. I've not read it, nor have I read Hamnet actually. So these are books that I'm purely judging off the cover. But the title, My Dark Vanessa, pink, bright hair. What's dark about that? The other one, at least I feel, has an air of darkness to the cover. And judging by the theme that you told me about, I feel like that feels more relevant to the book. So I just think title and image look more in like synergy in the USA one, whereas the UK one, not so much.
I do really like how the red hair it's intertwined with the My Dark.
Yeah.
But I do quite like that. The face, I think, I don't like faces anyway, but I feel like because what it's about, I struggle with the fact there is a face on the cover, because I just feel like it's quite a dark topic. Obviously, it's about a relationship between a teacher and a student, an underage student. So I feel like the fact it's putting a face to the student, I think, makes it harder for me to go over the
this is
content.
something that I don't have the experience of because I've not read it.
Because that would if I picked that up, that would immediately have put a picture of the girl in my mind. I think she does have red hair in the book, but it's been a while since I've read it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's another vote for USA.
UK.
Right. Ooh, I've never even heard of this novel.
Oh.
See, I think we're going to divide again. Maybe not though. I'm going UK this time.
Actually, you know, I am defying my
Faces rule because
I think this is artistically done.
It does. It kind of has like a pop art kind of feel to it. Almost like a 70s magazine vibe. And I feel like Luster, it kind of goes with that face. I don't know. It just seems like they match.
I think this is about, I've not read it, but it is about a young black woman, and I think she starts an affair with an older man. I think he's an older white man.
Right.
And I think it's about the internal struggle she faces. It was nominated for the Women's Prize last year. I've just realised though, the American one, I think that's the back of a woman, like that's the top of a woman's back and that's her hair.
I can't even.
You see the hair here?
I can see why it would be hair, but I can't picture a back.
Like the top of it, like so her hair's there and then it's just like the top of her back. It might not be, but I feel like that's maybe what it...
Maybe, yeah. I feel like the American cover in this instance just doesn't really convey a lot.
I don't really like dark covers.
No, not unless it's like got a purpose. I feel like this just kind of like, it doesn't give you anything about the book.
Yeah.
So
if that is what it is, it's taken me a while to...
Yeah, and I still can't picture it.
And I stared at it for quite a while.
Still can't picture it, so I'm voting UK.
I'd say UK. I love how the lipstick matches the
font.
Raven Lilani.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So
it's a lovely cover, actually. Really nice
I do quite like it.
Yeah. If I Had Your Face. Again, another book I've not even heard of. You're really throwing in some
I'm
curveballs.
trying.
You're curving balls all over.
I'm trying to do covers that are very different.
For me, this is a really easy vote for UK because I just think that is such a visually exciting cover to look at.
Absolutely.
I think the font is really cute. The face kind of being like a broken mask, also really cool, and then like the flowers growing around it. This is bearing in mind I literally have no idea what the book is about, but
what do you think it's about? Let's take a test or a quiz. You can't. There's no stupid answers.
There is, because I have no idea. I don't know. I wouldn't even be able to give you a guess of like a genre.
So it's set in South Korea.
Okay.
I think it follows 4 women and about their struggles with what their appearance, because plastic surgery is quite a big thing in South Korea, and so it goes through those kind of
sounds quite interesting.
situations. I would agree UK. I feel like the broken face, the covering of certain areas of the face with flowers,
and it feels very like, especially kind of with that extra context. I feel like it's interesting because it's kind of like a beautifying of something that is quite dark, and it's like a really like conflicting image, and I think that's what makes it exciting. So yeah, 2 votes for UK.
I agree. I feel like US just looks a bit
dull.
It looks like it's really, I don't want to say 90s, but do you remember the really early book covers when they used to always have faces on? And it just reminds me of
I feel like that looks like it could be like a K-drama.
Yeah.
With like the really like sultry look to the side. It looks very dramatic. Which is not like, it's not a bad cover. I like the colour scheme, but I feel like the one from the UK, it just like immediately intrigues you, whereas the USA one you could easily walk past, I think.
Exactly. So
UK.
Transcendent
Kingdom. So what my immediate thought from the UK one is that looks like a recipe book.
I do see that, yeah.
Like that could be it would be a really like exciting recipe book to look at, but it doesn't make me think it's a novel. I really like the USA cover though, because I think the pink with the black and slight slant, and then obviously it's brown, but it kind of feels a bit golden, does the text. I feel like it's a very aesthetically pleasing colour palette.
I own the US cover actually.
Yeah.
I only did it because, again, this was in the women's prize last year. I feel like, I don't know if it was in the Booker Prize the year before, but I got it for some reason the year before, and this was before it was published in the UK.
Okay.
So that's why I have the US, and as soon as I saw the UK cover, I was so glad I got the US one, because I just feel like the colours don't work.
I do think a green and a pink can go well together, but like I said, it's kind of giving me recipe book, like exciting food vibes, not book vibes. And like I said, the colour palette for the American one is very aesthetically pleasing, and I really like it.
I'm trying to remember what this is about. I think it's about a character, a woman called Giffy, and I think there's a lot of suffering, and she tries to, I don't know if it's like suffering or death or something in her life, and she tries to find actual scientific reasons for why certain things happen.
That's interesting.
That's a really, really brief
look into
description of it, and I just feel like that cover, the US one, does so much more.
Yeah, that looks like a very happy book, does the UK one.
Yeah, and I think
the US one conveys a slightly more sombre tone.
You take the 2 titles completely differently
based on the cover.
Yeah, because I think if I looked at the US one, I'd think she's about to go through something, whereas the UK one gives me suggestions that it's going to be bright and it's going to be life-changing in a good way.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like the US one suggests hardship.
It does, yeah.
I'd vote for US.
US. Oh, I already know I'm going for UK all the way. In fact, I've literally got it right here. And I think it's a very pretty book. I think it's cute. I think the book, having books on it, but then also having people cut out of the books, it conveys how intertwined like the writers are with the other people that they meet, and like how it's just kind of like a messy life circumstance. And I think it kind of like shows that combination of like work and life kind of getting intertwined in a way that conveys the book a lot more than what looks like a still life drawing.
Yeah. I think I prefer the UK. Just I bloody love yellow.
Yellow, but it's such an uplifting colour.
And I think it's really interesting what they've done, as you say, with the books and the cutout people. I don't think the USA one is bad, but I think it was more...
It almost looks more like a non-fiction, like a guide to writing or something like that.
Yeah, I'd say it belongs in like food writing. Like that's more...
Yeah.
Like if this was a biography about someone's journey with food...
Yeah. Then
or something like that, then I think that draws more towards that. I mean, I've not read this one, so I don't know how much food is centric in...
She works as a waitress as the main character, but food isn't particularly central to the novel at all. So yeah, I personally 100%, based on knowing what the book is about and also just aesthetic alone, the UK wins for me.
Yeah, I've read UK as well.
Yeah. Ooh, USA.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, UK.
They both have people on. And I don't love either cover, that has to be said. However, I think the sort of like blurry blue background to the USA one, contrasting with like the red hair, has a vibe that I can get behind a lot more than black and white boring.
I prefer the UK because it kind of gives me Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo vibes, and it kind of goes along with what...
You're wrong.
But it goes along with what the book is actually about. So I think, if I'm right, it is Irish. And the younger character, the little girl, watches her mother, who is quite a famous actress, I think. Yeah, it's called actress. She really struggles kind of in a similar way to Evelyn Hugo. Right. And so it's about her, the little girl, trying to, as she's like grown up, trying to, I think, make sense of it. And I just really like how you've got the child just watching the mother. I also love a white border. I really do.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Well, USA.
UK.
Ooh. Oh!
I'd go US.
Do you know what? The dilemma is that I'm going for US because I think the crossing over of the faces is more symbolic, but I like the colour palette of the UK more. And if they'd have done that on that, it'd be without a doubt US, but I still think the symbolism of them literally crossing over wins for me. So yeah. USA.
I think they both still have like the theme of the novel done really well, because obviously like the USA obviously represents their paths crossing, the two sisters, but then there might be twins. No,
I think they're twins.
Twins. And then obviously in the UK one, you've got them completely opposite, representing the complete opposite paths that they take in the novel. It's not a spoiler, you can find that out from the blurb. But I just think the way the faces cross over, but yet you can still see each face in each other's face, like just does something for me.
It's great. So,
but I do agree with that colour palette for the US.
Like if they'd done that, it would be a perfect cover.
Yeah, I agree.
But even with the slight critique of the colour palette, USA.
US.
Oh, see, do you know what? Even though
I know what you're gonna say now. I don't think I want to know.
No, so I'm saying, even though I have the UK version, obviously being from the UK, the US version seems synonymous with A Little Life to me because you see it so often. And also, he's really sad, which does convey the tone of the book.
I feel like maybe the US one is better in actually going into A Little Life and understanding what it's actually about. Faces I hate. I would argue, obviously this is the trouble.
I hate people's faces.
I think A Little Life, you need to go into it knowing there are triggers in the book, because the amount of triggers that are covered, it's dangerous to go into it without knowing anything. I went into it without knowing anything. Thank goodness I was in I didn't need to know all the triggers. So I feel like the cover probably gives a good idea about you need to know all this stuff. However, I would also argue it gives too much away about how much sorrow there is, but that's a really tricky
I
one.
went into it having seen vlogs of people absolutely devastatingly crying, and then made my own vlog of myself crying with devastation. And so to me that is no like spoiler, because I knew that was what I was getting into.
No, I listened to this one before it became apparent that it was really sad. Before the vlogs of people crying, I thought, you know what, it's a 30-hour audiobook. This is going to be really good for me to listen to on the way to school, as I'm driving, when I was doing my PGCE. And let me tell you, I had major panics on the Bingley bypass. I was literally like, oh my God, what is going on? But so I do think it is important, but then also I feel like too much sorrow. And also the book is about 4 people.
Yeah. However, I actually think going in knowing that it's about 4 people can give you a false representation. I actually expected it to be more about 4 friends, whereas really it's like Jude is the son and everyone else orbits around him. So I feel like to have one person on the cover isn't that misleading, because it is predominantly about one person and how other people exist in relation to that one person. So I like both covers in this one. It's not an obvious answer, but I do think I'm going to go USA.
I'm going to go UK. I love the simplicity of it. Again, love a white cover.
It is nice, and I do like the classic New York fire escape sort of situation. Because
that's the original
apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like both, but if push come to shove, I would want the American cover. Oh.
I think it's interesting with this one that they have different titles.
Oh God, yeah. You and Me on Vacation versus People We Meet on Vacation.
Obviously, though, in the UK we don't even call it vacation.
This is true. You and Me on Holiday.
Exactly. I haven't read this one, so I don't know if it's... I feel like it's about 2 people who go on holiday, but then I also don't know if they meet people on vacation that impact their decisions.
So the UK one is 2 best friends, 10 summer trips, their last chance to fall in love.
Yeah. But are they impacted by people they meet on vacation? Do you know what I mean?
I just think, actually, for many reasons, the UK one. First reason, I love the pink undertones of the colour palette. I think it's very pretty. 2, if it is about 2 best friends who go on holiday together and then other things impact them, I think the 2 best friends going on holiday together is the hook of the book. It's not as if it's one person going on holiday and then meets people. So I feel like that is a better preface, in my opinion. And I think it's just the pink as well.
I'd go for the UK. I just really like the pool. I think it's just cool.
Yeah.
Cool colours.
Cool colours, cool vibe.
Exactly. I feel there's a bit more going on.
Yeah. UK. I don't like this book.
I love the idea of the sand time. What's it called? The sand
Hourglass.
time. Hourglass, thank you. But I love the blue. Don't like the orange in this, actually. I think it's a bit too much.
I think the orange and then because obviously in real life it's like a metallic blue in the Hourglass. I think it makes it a bit more YA.
Yeah.
Which is what it is, so that's not a bad thing. Whereas I think the USA version, I think the blue sky that's kind of fading in and it has got an illustrated drawing of the 2 people. I think it has a bit more of a mature vibe to it, and so I would gravitate more towards the USA cover.
Yeah. I just can't get it. I just feel like the orange is just wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the yellow and the orange together.
It's just not the vibe.
I just don't really like it. I feel like it does make it look a bit more on the YA spectrum, even though it is, obviously.
That's the thing. I'm trying to not be critical of the fact that it is looking YA because it is a YA.
Yeah.
But if I was going in blind, not knowing the book, and I just saw those 2 covers, I would 100% gravitate to the USA one versus the UK. So, USA.
US.
Okay. First of all, one of my favourite books of all time. Second of all, I think 100% UK.
I'd go US on this one. I love the simplicity of the UK one, but I really like how Eleanor Oliphant stands in isolation on the US one. Like, she's just there with her arms crossed, and she just kind of, she is on her own. Like, you get that from the blurb of the book. Like, she is kind of in solitude. Like, she lives a solo life. And I don't know, I really just love the drawing of it, and I love the colours.
I do like the USA one, don't get me wrong. I think it is nice and it is visually appealing. However, the UK one I really like because, like you said, it's very simple and yet intrigues me at the same time. I think obviously like the matchsticks creating this house, which then the title sits inside, kind of conveys like her entrapment and like isolation in a different way. And I just think the like white with black and then just like hints of gold throughout the cover just really it pops without having to do too much. So I would go UK.
I'd say US, but I would be happy with either.
I like USA for this one. I like the noodles.
Yeah. I love noodles in general. I love the chopsticks. I love how the noodles are joined.
Yeah.
I do like in the UK one how she's kind of holding
all the stuff.
All the food and stuff, and I like the white outline of it, but I just love the noodles.
I love the illustration of her on the UK one, but I hate the font. Yeah,
it's kind of like they did the illustration, then
they ran out of time. It's like an episode of The Apprentice.
Exactly.
Spent all my time on the illustration, didn't have time to choose a font.
I'm so apt for this week.
But yeah, so I love the noodles, I love the font. I think that's a really fun.
I like how a memoir is on
a slant,
on
a noodle. Yeah, no.
You don't get that from the UK one.
I didn't even know it was a memoir actually until you just pointed that out. But yeah, I think it's really cool. Yeah. Big fan. USA. Hands again. Stop putting your hand up.
You're like, yes. One vote for me, please. Thank you so much.
UK.
Hands down, UK.
I think that the holding of the placard is like so symbolic of like the era and all of the protests that were going on and the marches, and it just like shows I think a lot more about what the book is about versus nothing wrong with the USA version either. I think it's a very powerful image, and it definitely would grab you because the font on top of that image like faded out. It is very pretty to look at, especially with the pink bits of popping out, but I think the UK grips you immediately.
Yeah, I love how it's like
it's got a powerful stance to it.
I've just had a fear though.
Yeah?
Is the black one the UK one?
I don't know.
Have I got that the wrong way around?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to check this. Hang on. Just slight pause. Whilst we just... How do I find out?
We'll just Google UK cover.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Silly. Whoopsies. This lady. You got it wrong!
Did I get it wrong? Is it the other way around?
Go on Waterstones and see what cover we've got.
Because I've just had a vision of that one.
In the UK.
Yeah. But I feel like I've also seen that one. Maybe this is I think I've got it the wrong way around.
I've
got it the wrong way around.
Oh my god. The PowerPoint has failed. So
sorry.
They're on the wrong side of the screen. So actually, like I said, both covers are very powerful to look at, but the one with the holding of the placard wins, which is a vote for USA.
Because I was going to buy this book because I had it on my Kindle, but I wanted the US cover, not the UK one.
So we both vote US.
So many apologies for that. There's an error.
An error on your behalf.
But it's one I swiftly realised
mid recording. Well, isn't that funny?
I actually didn't know you were reading this at this time, so it's quite... I tried to keep it in when I was holding the book.
You're like, what, you got that far?
Yeah, I was like, oh, hello.
As we speak, I'm this weekend filming a rereading vlog where I've picked up 3 of the books that I would consider like my favourite books, and one of those is the Flatshare. So you've definitely got them on the right side of the screen this time.
I know.
And actually, I love the USA version. I love it.
I love the pastel colours in there.
It's beautiful.
I, however, love the fact that this is just a tiny detail, but on the UK one, obviously they both sleep on separate sides of the bed, I'm assuming, haven't read the book, but I love how they've both got their own mugs next to it.
I love the UK one. I think it's really fun, but I'd never seen the USA one, and that looks like a bit of me. The pastel drawing
Yeah.
is just beautiful. And I love how the title is like going down the middle.
Yeah.
Like, that's quite unique. And I like the little love heart that separates the Flatshare and Beth O'Leary's name.
You know what, I'm going to vote US.
USA! USA!
Definitely got these the right way around.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to vote UK.
Interesting.
2 reasons. 1, subtle reference to the plane in the A. Very clever. 2, I like that the faces are a bit closer because I feel like it gives you more clear insight into the 2 girls, like without, not like too obviously, but it kind of just like shows you them a bit more up front.
Yeah.
3, the colours. I like the yellow and the pink. I am a basic bitch and I like pink.
I think it's quite interesting about how the America one, it's 2 planes.
Oh my god. There's planes on that cover. I was so stupid.
When you said that one with the plane in the A, I thought, yeah, the ones in America are a bit too obvious, aren't they?
They're so obvious that I didn't even see them. They're like so in your face that it went over my head.
I think it's easier to notice the bottom one first, and then the top one is kind of, because I think it gets, it disappears in the hair. It's 2 planes colliding, which obviously it's got nothing to do with 2 planes, really. I like how in the background you can lightly see like the difference of their upbringing. Like, one clearly is like more around nature and one clearly is like more of an apartment block kind of thing. But I'd have to go UK.
I just like how the faces are a bit closer, and also that the faces are going off to the side rather than in the centre, so that there's nothing cutting them off.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of either.
I quite like the UK one, I do.
TBH.
But, yeah.
I'd vote for UK.
UK.
But, well, you know.
UK.
I didn't realise for years that there were people.
In
I
the
thought
sardine
they were
tin?
actually sardines. I thought they were fish.
Which would make no sense.
Well, I don't know. I didn't want to judge.
I just
Until
love...
now, clearly.
I actually have one that I think combines both things that I like. So, I think I prefer the green and the blue of the USA one, because I just think it's a nice combination. The UK one, I think that the symbolism of Marianne and Connell being in the sardine tin is so clever, whereas this one, which was like a special anniversary edition, I can't remember what it was for, but I got it, and it is obviously the blue and the green, but with the sardine tin still on the cover, and I think that is really quite clever.
I really like how on the US one, how their faces are kind of, they're both looking in kind of the opposite direction. And I like
missing each other's points.
Exactly, and I like the white lines of it, but I also like how in the UK one they're kind of forced into this really small space.
I feel like
together
it just conveys the like all empowering, or like not empowering, all encompassing nature of their relationship, and how they just constantly keep intertwining with each other. I love both covers, don't get me wrong. I've never seen a Sally Rooney cover that I don't like, because I think they are always beautifully done. However, I think the UK one, I just like it more.
I'd also vote for UK.
Yeah. UK.
I'd vote US.
I like the colour palette of the UK. Can you tell that I'm really drawn by colour palettes?
Yeah.
I keep mentioning colour palettes, and it's always ones that have pink in.
Literally, I think you really like the colour pink.
I love pink. But yeah, I mean, they're obviously very similar. Like, these are probably 2 of the most similar ones.
Yeah.
It's the exact same image, just slightly done differently.
Yeah.
I do think actually on reflection, that one has a bit more of an album vibe to it.
That's why I like it. I really like how, because you notice a novel is written really small. If that's an album cover, that's where I imagine they'd put Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that, because obviously I listened to it as an audiobook, so I feel
Right.
like I kind of got the
Album
albumness
vibe.
of it.
Yeah.
So I really am more drawn
To the album.
to that one. But I do also like the UK. Taylor Jenkins Reid can do no wrong in my opinion, so she can publish whatever cover she likes, quite frankly.
I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going UK, but on the preface that they're both really nice covers.
Exactly. It's US.
I don't like either of them.
I don't like the book, so, you know, we're going quite I feel like the UK one does more in the sense that it's kind of like a house. So it's kind of like it's got loads of windows, so it's got loads of... I don't even know where I'm going with this, but it's got like kind of... You can try and... different lives, you know, it's got the cat on the front, but I kind of just feel like the US one, it reminds me of plane windows.
That was exactly what I was thinking, or like a ship.
Yeah, and it's naught to do with that. Like, what the bloody hell?
I also like the tone of the blue on the UK more. Also, like, I recognise the UK one. I've never seen the US cover. So, like, if you said Midnight Library to me, that's the cover I would think of.
They actually have, last year they brought out a really nice edition of the Midnight Library, which kind of has, like, I don't know if it's stars or little bits of snow on it, all across the cover. So it does make it look a lot prettier.
Yeah.
I also like the light above the
eye
in the library.
Yeah.
It's kind of, like, symbolic about how it's always there. Like, she's going on all these journeys to try and find like happiness and everything like that, but she always comes back to the library. But yeah, don't like the book, to be honest, so
UK though.
I'd vote UK.
Yeah.
Speaking of Taylor Jenkins Reid,
well, can you guess which one you think I'm going to go for?
you're going to go for the UK.
For which reason?
Just the pink.
The colour palette.
As am I.
Yeah, and I love the like. I mean, you saw how long did I spend looking at waves when we went to Whitby in December? I love a good wave.
God, it was like a sport.
I genuinely have never been happier than staring at all those waves crashing. So that it does bits to me.
I think as well, because obviously I've not read it and neither have you yet.
No.
Even though saying that I love Taylor Jenkins Reid, I need to get my act
Fake
together.
fan.
I have pre-ordered her new one though, but I think with this one, obviously from the blurb, you know it's about conflict in family dynamics, and I feel like the waves crashing do more, and I feel like there's a fire.
I've heard that at a party.
Yeah, and I think that's what starts the book off. So I really like the kind of bit of orange with the pink. Because obviously when there is a fire, that's kind of what happens to
the
like...
hazy sky.
Yeah, the sky and everything. And I feel like it makes it look a lot more dramatic. Whereas USA is kind of giving me 4 people on vacation vibes.
Yeah, so it's 100%, not even a close call for me. UK wins this one.
UK.
UK.
The
USA one is actually upsetting me to look at.
I think I'm going to go UK. I don't think it needs as many quotes on it.
No.
As it has. I feel like if it was white, you know, I don't think it needs all of that writing.
The white and blue are a great contrast, whereas that's what I don't like about the USA one. It just looks very busy without actually having a lot going on. It seems like too much is happening.
I don't really understand the significance of the multiple stripes as a collective striping.
I think they're threads.
Oh, interesting.
I think it's like threads of things coming together or like pulling apart maybe.
I don't think I really like that. I think it's too much. But I also wish in the UK they didn't have so much writing. I get if you've won and you've been shortlisted for a lot of awards, congratulations. Put it on the back. Nobody wants that on the front. Nobody wants the National Book Award finalist on the front. Just put it on the back, please. Thank you. UK. The USA one is actually like hurting my eyes because it's like, what's happening? There's a hand, there's stuff, it's a bit much. The UK one, I could look at that quite happily because it looks quite mesmerising. I love the UK cover. I love the blues. I love how it literally is symbolic of at night. This won the International Book Prize last year, just for your extra knowledge.
Thank you.
Can't remember what it's about though. Do own it. What a surprise.
Of course.
But I despise the US cover. The hand, I don't know if bits are coming out of the hand or bits are going into the hand, but whatever it is, I don't want to know. But I love the UK one. I feel like it makes it look a bit more magical. There's stars. You can obviously tell that that's a reflection, I think.
Yeah.
And is that a man with a gun?
I think it's a man with a gun carrying something on his back.
It just I think it is a beautiful cover, and it is beautiful in person. Like, that does reflect the blues quite well.
I love the blues. It's a beautiful blue. Beautiful blue.
Blue passport.
Blue.
I'd vote for UK.
UK. Is this the last one? Wait, so...
This is the last one.
Oh my god. Thanks for the announcement.
Sorry! I didn't know, I couldn't remember.
UK. It's called Little Fires, and there is a little fire.
Yeah, but it's little fires everywhere, and it's not everywhere.
It's everywhere in that house.
Would I have named this book that though?
I'm thinking from that sentence, no.
No, I don't think I would. I'd go UK just because there's a tiny house with a tiny fire.
I like it.
I think the USA does a good job of showing how it's like in the suburbs and a cul-de-sac and everything.
Yeah.
But I just love the little fire.
The little fire, and also the font, I think is very pretty.
Again, though, would get rid of all the quotes. It's not needed, please.
Yeah, we do love a lot of quotes.
Just do it on the inside page, please. Just put it somewhere that's not the
Has ever
front.
a quote influenced you to buy a book?
Only if it's an author who I really, really respect and love, which has happened like twice.
I can honestly say I don't think a front quote on a book has ever influenced me.
Oh no, I don't even think they've put my favourite people on the front. Mine are normally on the back.
So yeah, I just think, yeah, they do waste space a bit, but other than that, UK, I love that little fire, I love the colour, I love the font, it's great.
I'd go UK.
UK. So as we know, Sarah and I didn't agree on every book cover, so we have kept our scores separately, as you will have seen throughout the video, but we both picked the same winner, though slightly had different totals. So
Yeah.
I voted for UK 14 times and USA 10 times.
I voted for UK 15 times and US 9 times.
So very close actually, just one in each of us.
Yeah.
But that of course means that by quite a few points, UK was collectively both of our favourites on the whole. And I think, as we can agree, that largely comes down to colour palette.
I think for you especially. Mine's faces and quotes. Just
Faces and quotes and colour
don't put
palettes
them on
and
the
pink.
front cover. It upsets me.
But this has been a lot of fun. Some of them quite similar, others like vastly different. So it's really interesting to see how some are like quite very like there's minor differences and other ones pretty much like you wouldn't even associate them as being the same book. So I would love to know in the comments down below if you were keeping track of your own scores, which one you voted for and what was your winner, UK or USA, or if there was anything that we said that you completely disagreed with and there were covers that you totally thought that the other one should have won. So let us know that in the comments down below. If you made it this far, congratulations to you. We've been talking for quite a while. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.